Hey, what is up, Smashers? Guess what? I came into the gym Easter Sunday. Why? For a bunch of reasons. Because you guys need some smashing. And two, well, the big guy upstairs, he did it all for us. So, you know what? We can do it for him too, right? So, the thing is, we're going to be talking about recovering dorsiflexion. So, I made a small post about some dorsiflexion issues, and then I got a lot of questions from you guys. Keep them coming. I love the questions. I will do my best to answer them as fast as I can. And I'll try and pop out videos as fast as I can. So I promise you that. You want to see the basic equipment list for today? That is a lot of stuff. So this one, actually, this video, just to give you an idea, I actually have a box I can stand on here. That's pretty funny. I can stand on this. I'm not really this tall. I'm like 5'10". So what I can tell you is that this particularly is to recover all your dorsiflexion. So we're going to unglue everything. We're going to retrain the motor system to recognize that new position. We're going to reset the mechanics of the joint. Remember, there's 26 bones in the human foot. So we're going to undo all that stuff because they have to adapt to the terrain every time that you lift or you run or you move or you dance. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. You're fighting, you're rolling, jiu-jitsu. It doesn't make a difference. You need full dorsiflexion for a plethora of reasons. So we're going to recover it because, well, I want you guys to live super long mobile, not super long hobbling around on a little walker because you have no other choice because your joints got destroyed. Remember, your joints are designed to last as long as you are. So a really good friend of mine, you know what, someone who's a real good guy, if you don't follow him, give him a follow, Jared Enderton. This guy is the most badass Olympic lifter. I was talking to him on the phone yesterday, and he said he regularly snatches over 300 like it's water, like it's air. And that kind of freaked me out because that's some wicked heavy weight. He brought up a good point though. He said he can mask his ankle mobility, or lack thereof, with really ridiculous hip mobility. So it got me thinking, that's probably what's happening with a lot of you guys and a lot of people out there that don't even know it. So we're gonna fix all the dorsiflexion problems today. So if you think about the bottom of the foot, there's that plantar fascia, right? I should probably go over there and turn down music, but I'm just not gonna because we could sit here and dance the whole time. So we're gonna peel away that plantar fascia because that's gonna lock down the foot and it's not gonna allow the mechanics to work really well. So we're gonna unload that fascia. We're gonna hit that tibialis anterior. I realize it's not on my forearm. It's right down here. We're gonna hit that tibialis anterior, which is gonna prevent plantar flexion. So we're gonna fix that as well. And then that tibialis posterior, which I talked about the other day, runs down behind that shin and wraps around the inside of the foot, helps to support the arch. And another good friend of mine, she called me, another games athlete, had an issue with tibialis posterior. We fixed that the other day. So this is all stuff that's really mechanically kind of intertwined. I know I'm beating this to death, but no dorsiflexion, no squatting, no squat cleans, no snatches, no thrusters. You get where I'm going with this. No running, no playing, no jumping, because you trash your ankles. That is a horsepower transfer joint. That takes all the power you generate in these big meaty chunks of tissue called your glutes and drives it into the ground. If you can't do it, not gonna happen. You're gonna hit pistols at regionals and you're gonna die. So I'm gonna help you with all that stuff. We're gonna unglue the gastroc, the plantaris, the soleus, all that stuff that keeps you from bringing that all the way back. And then we're gonna reset that talus with a little bit of a funky way. Now remember, everything's 2 minutes. I'm gonna make you hold something for 5 today. Oh God, oh, it's an awful one, but it's really effective and it just kind of is what it is. So first things first, let's clean up some of that tissue and then we'll go for a series of kind of some wicked mobilities. We're gonna run through this wicked fast, all right? So first things first, get a roller. Grab your roller. Get your calf all the way on the back. So we just wanna mobilize the calf, kind of clean up that tissue, get some blood flow, and get it nice and soft and supple. This isn't gonna fix anything, it's just gonna get the process started. So if this is all you can do, post out with this leg, brace yourself a little bit, just start seesawing back and forth, turn the foot in. Oh, like you're gonna hit some hot spots there. Did a bunch of deadlifts this morning so I can feel that. You can turn inside, hit the inside. Now, if that's not enough, take your leg, cross it over. Now, brace yourself out. Oh man, that is awful. And just grind all the way through. Oh, that is grisly. Grind all the way through that tissue that's just pasted and glued and nasty, funky down there. That's number one. Number two is flip over, okay? You pull the flipper, we'll call it that. This is a flipper move. The tibialis anterior runs down the front. Now that, you think it doesn't have anything to do with dorsiflexion, but it does, because if this is really tight and ropey, so it's called reciprocal inhibition. If the tibialis anterior is really loaded up, then everything in the back that's designed to plantar flex is not gonna work, and vice versa. If the calf is really tight, this isn't gonna work. They work together, so if they don't have this synergistic relationship working properly mechanically, one off, one on, the ankle doesn't function right. So remember, this is important. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. So take your foot, find that spot. Oh, I really don't want to do this because it's pretty lit. And then just climb all over it and just dig into the meat. Baby, it is a steak that's been on the barbecue way too flippin' long. And you're just gonna unglue all that stuff. Same thing on the other side. That is 1 and 2. Now comes the fun stuff. We need to really load up that tissue. So what we're gonna do is, let me grab this. There's a box over here. We're gonna look across the foot, but we're not gonna get to that yet. We're gonna do what's called a heavy banded talar tuck. So the heavy banded talar tuck is, if you look, I've got a box right here. I think that's, I don't know, 8 inch, 10 inch. What we wanna do is, you see I got a band right there. We're gonna take the band, we're gonna load up into the crease of the foot. Normally I would have you do this without a shoe, but since the box is gonna be slippery, we're really gonna load this up. I want you to have a shoe so it gives you a little bit of grip and contact on here so the foot doesn't come slipping out and you slam your face in here. And then you're gonna email me or message me about how do we fix a broken nose. So we don't wanna do that. So load that up. So you can see I've got this loaded up. Band is pulling down to the bottom of the ring. It's not pulling out, it's pulling down and back. Toes are totally straight. The knee is gonna track out a little bit. So I'm gonna drop down to my knee, and I'm gonna use the box. I'm gonna hug my knee, and I'm gonna use the box, and I'm gonna pull into that maximum dorsiflexion I possibly can without the heel leaving. So this, not okay. This, where I'm just, oh, that's just sucky. I mean, that is wicked sucky. Where I just kind of crank in on this thing like I'm trying to submit it. Submit your own knee, submit your own ankle, submit your own hips. That's what I'm telling you to do right now. Now you're gonna feel this one also in the adductors. Lets you know that the mechanics are all connected. All right, how long do we hold this? Dose, 2 minutes. That's number 2. Number 3, number 4. All right, now what we need to do is we need to get into what's called a barbell calf squat. So this is something you guys have probably seen me do before, but what I'm looking for is a nice stable platform. So you can see, let's go over here. I've got a barbell, and I've got 135 set up on it. Doesn't matter the weight, it should be fairly heavy. You can see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get into a squat with the bar resting across my thighs. Now, this is the sequence I want you to do all this stuff into. Toes forward, a little bit wider than your shoulders, because that's gonna force you to torque the knees out. I don't want those knees shooting forward, and then you're gonna camp out in this position. You ready for this one? This is an ugly number, 5 minutes. Yeah, it's more than 2. 2 plus 2 plus 1. Ugh, this is horrible. So, grab onto the bar, drop into your squat. Oh, jeez. Cheese and crackers. This is awful. And I want you hunched forward. It's the only time I'm gonna tell you to hunch forward on a squat. And you're gonna just sit like this. You're gonna let gravity accommodate and peel that tissue away that's in the back of the knee, or the back of the calf, or the back of the shin. Let's go right down to the back of the tibia. All right, let's get it right. Look, 5th time the charm. And you're just gonna hang out like this. When you're done, remember, 5 minutes in this position, I won't wait. Jared, don't use 225, okay? Too heavy. When you're done, call it a day, okay? That is gonna mobilize the calf, open up the soleus that runs around the outside, gastroc in the middle, even part of that plantaris. I know one of you guys sent me a message about posterior knee pain when you squat. I'll get to that in another video. This isn't the same, just so you have an idea, all right? What we wanna do, it's called a pull dorsiflexion. Now you've seen me do this before, but the reason we do this, we're gonna do 2 things in this one. We're gonna do one with a pull, one without a pull. I'm trying to make this video less than like an hour long, so there's a ton of stuff to do. So we're gonna grab this. Same thing, you're gonna load up. With this one, to tell you the truth, with this one, we're gonna pop off the Nikes. Why? Because Nikes are friggin' amazing, but can't wear them for this. We're gonna do tibial rotation while under load. So same thing, band is dragging towards the back of the back of the foot. I want this, I mean, wicked loaded up. Grab this, wicked loaded up. Torque the leg out and then grab the shin and just turn. While you're trying to screw that leg, just that shin, go through all the different ranges of motion and just torque that shin down onto that ankle while you're forcing it. Don't come halfway, don't half-ass this. Oh, I used a bad one, sorry. Delete, delete, delete. Just halfway, you know, not halfway. Really crank on that shin. So I'm grabbing this, I'm leaning forward into maximum dorsiflexion, and I'm cranking, just trying to get that to seat properly. You might even get a little click. All right, how long do we do that? Give you a guess. Yeah, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And then, one more. We grab a piece of PVC pipe. We do the same thing without twisting the shin, but we take the foot. See, the talus needs to tuck in order for the foot to accommodate that full dorsiflex position. If it can't, you're gonna have all kinds of issues. So get your pole on the outside of the foot so the shin tracks properly, because otherwise you're gonna mask it with some bad funky mechanics. You're gonna lean forward. This will create the arch in the inside of the foot, and the pole forces the knee out, and then just find that spot. This is gonna make you sweaty. This will take you 20, 30 minutes to do all this stuff, and then just camp out. Let that band do the work, let the pole do the work, let gravity do the work. All right? What are we at, like number 8? It's a lot of stuff. Now, looking for my lacrosse ball. We take a lacrosse ball. Remember, that plantar fascia gets pretty grisly and pretty nasty. So we bust out the lacrosse ball, get your foot on top, give it a hug. Give your knee a hug, because why? We love our knees, they're amazing. Get your foot on here. Kind of don't want to do this because it's gonna hurt. Oh yeah, that's just awful. Just smear it all the way down to the heel, and all the way across the front of the foot. All the way down to the heel, all the way across the front of the foot. You want to peel away all that fascia, do that until you feel it unload. Honestly, probably 2-3 minutes. Yeah, I went even more than 2 on that one. Surprise, surprise, right? All right, last one. Actually, last 2. We're gonna reset motor control. So here's the big thing. Motor control is a big deal, because right now, your dorsiflexion is, I got a good shine on my head, huh? Gave myself a haircut. All right, your dorsiflexion is controlled partially by your CNS. So your brain thinks that the position you're in right now is normal. It's not. So we're gonna fix it. So you get a light band. Let me stress that out. When I say light band, ladies and gentlemen, this is like a 1/4-inch band. Take a wall ball. Now the wall ball weight doesn't matter. You're gonna wrap this around the top of the foot. You're gonna load it. You see, I am dorsiflexing with all I've got. This tibialis anterior up front should be lit. And I'm gonna let it, the band is gonna pull me into, it's gonna try and fight me. So my brain is fighting against that. And then I'm gonna pull the foot back and let it go all the way into full extension. Bend the knee, okay? Flex and extend the knee. That's all you're doing. Extend, flex, extend, flex. You're gonna do that. This is a good one. 3 sets of 10. Not so bad. Now last one is the fun one. So you get 2 plates, ideally 10s. Okay, we got 10-pound plates. You're gonna take the 10-pound plate. That's a long videos. Sorry, I'm trying to do this as fast as possible. You get the 10-pound plate. Again, I'm okay with you rounding your back in this because we're working on dorsiflexion. Your feet at the ball of the foot are sitting on the edge of the 10. All you're gonna do is get wide and then drop. If you have to, grab this and just pull yourself down. So you can see, this is really hard to do. So you find that spot, pick it, you can go a little wider, turn your feet out. Oh, that's just awful. And I'm holding onto these plates so I don't eat it behind me. And you just hang out like this for how long? 2 minutes. Whew, I can feel that. I need some dorsiflexion work on that one, huh? That was gnarly. So that's probably the toughest one is that one, but you're resetting that motor system. That's really important. This last one you can do with shoes on, all right? So that's it. You wanna know how to recover dorsiflexion? Man, that is the gambit you have to run. That's a gauntlet. Hey, listen, I'm Trev, SmashweRx. I will check you guys out mañana.